Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Inside and Out. This is our look at Mid-South Wrestling, our Mid-South Wrestling series. And Rodney, I think we're at episode 297.
Yes, indeed. It originally aired on May the 16th, 1985. Jim Ross, Joel Watts opened the program. And, of course, they recapped the situation involving Jim Duggan and the burn by Akbar and Jackson, Mississippi. Jim Ross had an interview with Jim Ross, said that his eye would not be lost in that particular event. Then we have an interview after that with General Skandar Akbar, who Bill Watts said earlier in our last week said that he was suspended for his contractual obligations had been, I guess, voided. But no, Akbar has now sued. His lawyers have put in injunctions, so they would be back on the card. And I remember that very vividly. I mean, Akbar had to wear a bulletproof vest in a lot of the places he went to. It was just amazing. Duggan was definitely over in the Mid-South. And, of course, they talked about you cannot suspend someone without a hearing. Bill Watts is supposed to have a very special announcement coming up. He says he's not happy with the situation, has a special announcement coming up. Match number one is the final match for the Mid-South Television Championship and $10,000. Jake the Snake Roberts versus the Snowman. Special guest referee for that one was Bill Dundee. The Barbarian was at ringside during this match, so as well as Dutch Mantel. In the end, it's the Snowman winning the Mid-South Television Championship and $10,000 with a power slam, beating Jake Roberts. In the end, Jake and the Barbarian double up on Bill Dundee. The Snowman comes back in. They clean house. And, of course, the Snowman television champion. Match number two involves General Eddie Gilbert, and the Nightmare versus Mark Reagan and Mike Jackson. Again, Dutch Mantel back at ringside. Gilbert catches Jackson with the hot shot, and then it's the Nightmare finishing him off with the pile driver. Just 2 weeks before, we didn't get to see it, we didn't cover it, but Ron West, our father, was actually pile drived by the Nightmare on television. Then we have an interview with the new Mid-South Television champion, the Snowman, and of course they present the check to him for the $10,000. The Snowman talks about Boudini Brown and Muhammad Ali, and of course he is the new Mid-South Television champion. Of course, the only thing that he cared about was the $10,000, obviously, because I don't think he mentioned he was the new Mid-South Television champion. He did, but he didn't. Interview that comes up is Terry Taylor, and he's demonstrating the figure four leg lock with Terry Daniels and Steve Casey. Dutch again at ringside, and then here comes Ted DiBiase, and I have to admit, I love this. DiBiase telling Terry Taylor, you don't know anything about the figure four. I've been using the figure four longer than you have. And he has Thor out there, and he said, I can guarantee you cannot make this man submit. Talking to Terry Taylor, putting the figure four on Thor, and he thought, well, Taylor said, well, just have him lay down. He said, what do you mean lay down? That's not the way the Ric Flair is going to do it. That's not the way I would do it. You don't get somebody just to lay down so you can put the figure four on him. So they end up having a match. And of course, DiBiase says he wouldn't submit even if he got it on the figure four. Then a kind of a match between Terry Taylor and Thor. DiBiase sucker punches Taylor. Thor puts the figure four on Taylor. Taylor does the reversal, and Thor gives up. Tremendous stuff. Getting ready for a match with Ric Flair and Terry Taylor. Should be exciting. Also, in the match, number 4 is the Mid-South Tag Team Champions, Ted DiBiase and Steve Dr. Death Williams against Steve Casey and Terry Daniels. Daniels goes up for the second rope for the crossbody on DiBiase. Williams nails him from the ring apron. DiBiase puts the figure four on Daniels. It's Williams and DiBiase with the win there. Match number 5, the Barbarian against Ken Glover. Jake comes out, makes the announcement, talks about the Snowman being a ringer, talks about tired of Mid-South, tells the Barbarian to hurt Glover. Jake is at ringside. In the end, it's the Barbarian winning with the full Nelson, and that's that one. Match number 6, Brickhouse Brown and Brad Armstrong against Chan Chang, not Wang Chang, but Chan Chang and Larry Clark. Dutch Mantel again at ringside, building up to something, apparently Dutch. Brad catches Chang with the atomic drop right into the Brickhouse Brown with the headbutt, and it's Brad Armstrong and Brickhouse Brown, the winner in that one. Then we have a video Joel Watts had put together, very proud about it, talked about the entire match with Brickhouse Brown. Still waiting on that video of Brad Armstrong there, Joel. hadn't seen that yet. But anyway, a video with them. Of course, I fast forward through that. We close the show with Brad Armstrong, Brickhouse Brown. They make a challenge to Ted DiBiase and Steve Williams for television. Next week on the program, Ric Flair and General Skandar Akbar, and then a special announcement. Also, all next week.
I have to ask this question.
Yes, go ahead.
Why was Bill Dundee the special referee in that first?
Well, they said that they were having problems with some of the officials. That they thought it was a good idea because the other referees apparently are incompetent and don't know how to referee.
By the way, our father, Ron West, was pile drived there because he was leaving Mid-South Wrestling to go back to Southeastern Championship Wrestling, where he stays for 6 weeks. And then he returns back to Mid-South Wrestling. There could be some reasons behind that, but the checks was a whole lot better in Mid-South Wrestling. That's the reason he went back there. It's kind of hard to go from making $2 or $3 grand a week to like 200 a week. So there's a major problem with not making no money. The reason he went back to Mid-South. By the way, I want to ask y'all a question about the Snowman. Did not anybody ever see if he could do an interview or not?
I don't even think they approached the can he wrestle part.
I mean, where did he come from? Where did he come from?
I have no idea. And I would look him up, but I don't care.
It was just I don't understand. I think Rodney. I think your mic is off. Right. He's been having some problems with his mic.
Am I back on again?
Yeah, you're back
on.
Yeah, they're short there apparently.
You're off again. Your sound's not working again. Do you have something you can write to us and let us know what you're talking? Something else I was thinking about is the Jim Duggan. Roddy's still talking down there. Jim Duggan shaving was tremendous.
Yeah, I like that.
I mean, that made it so believable. So believable. It had that for so many years. So that was just that was tremendous. It was a good show. It was a good show getting ready. I don't know why I think they would have been better off putting Brickhouse Brown in that position that they were going to have him in, because I believe at first he was supposed to be the person that was with Boudini Brown and Muhammad Ali. So I don't know what happened to all that. If you enjoyed this show, give us the big thumbs up. Subscribe to the page if you haven't already. Go one step further. Hit that notification bell and share the video. We'll be back with more Mid-South Wrestling and more of this series on Mid-South Wrestling and so much more right here on Pro Wrestling Inside Now.
And Rodney says bye.